Hello again, my name is Kira and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I have another book review for you. I've kind of noticed a trend with my book reviews. Usually the book pisses me off and that's why I am doing a review over it. So, there's that. Also, there will be spoilers in this video, so if you plan on reading this book, don't watch this video until after you've read the book. But this review is going to be on My Life with the Walter Boys by Ali Novak. This is actually the second time that I've read this book. I read this book back in high school, and I kind of remember having mixed feelings about it. I know what my feelings are now. It's not the greatest, but here we go. So, My Life with the Walter Boys is about this girl named Jackie Howard, whose family dies in a car accident. She lives in New York, and so her whole life is uprooted, and she moves to Colorado to live with this girl named Catherine Walters and her husband and their 12 kids. There's that. So, basically, one thing, there's all the kids are boys. One of them is a girl, her name's Parker, but she's such a tomboy that they just kind of consider her a boy too. And they live in Colorado. They have a small ranch. So basically it's about Jackie living in a house with a bunch of really hot boys, because they're all described as impeccably hot, because the book's in her point of view, and just trying to deal with the fact that she had to be completely uprooted from her life in New York and move to Colorado. So, there's a plot summary for you. Now, we're going to start with the characters. I have Jackie, and then I have characterized all of the kids. I didn't really do, like, Catherine, which would be her guardian now, or Catherine's husband, whose name is George. They're kind of in the book, but they're not really, like, a big part. They're definitely very much side characters. So I'm doing more main characters, but some of the boys in the book develop more than others because they show up in the book more, which you can't really blame the author too much for that, because having 12 guys plus the 2 parents plus Jackie and then plus the whole other group of side people that are like the boys' friends and the people that Jackie makes friends with and stuff, it's gonna be a lot, and some of them definitely become less main characters and more side characters in the book as it progresses. So, first character we have is Jackie Howard. I don't like Jackie. She is in New York. Her mom was a fashion designer, and her dad was he was the CEO of this, I think he was the CEO, or he at least worked for a really big company. So all Jackie knew was a good life. She had, meaning it's not a bad thing that she knew a good life. They lived in a penthouse. They had multiple vacation homes around the world, I'm pretty sure. She is used to wearing nice clothes. She went to an all-girls boarding school. She likes Shakespeare, which it's kind of like almost a way to try to make it seem like she's more like high class than what the Walter family is, because they live on a ranch in Colorado and they have a rickety house and everything's very opposite to what Jackie's used to. So she comes across as very uptight when she first meets the boys. She's used to wearing very nice clothes because she's used to not playing in a pool and going to a public school. She's used to a very different lifestyle. So she comes across as very uptight. She's very socially inept to almost what normal families would be like. Because in my mind, and how I grew up, the Walter family and like the boys and like how the house is and it's like chaos with all the people and everything, that makes more sense to me than Jackie's lifestyle, but I also grew up not rich like Jackie. I grew up in a more middle-class family with a lot of family around, and I don't have a million siblings. I only have 2, but there was multiple points in time in our house where we had other family members living with us, or people visiting, or when my dad's side of the family gets together, there's like 15 of us. There's a lot of people. It's just, she's very hard to relate to, is what I'm trying to get at, because of everything that she's used to. So that's Jackie. So we're going to start with the boys in order of age. So the first boy is Will. He's the oldest. He's 21. He doesn't come up in the book very often. He's kind of like in the beginning of the book to meet Jackie and everything. He lives on his own and is engaged, and then by the end of the book he gets married. But other than that, he's not really like a pivotal person in the book. He kind of pops up randomly. The second boy, Cole, he's 17. He is like the equivalent of a male supermodel, pretty much, from the way that he's described. He's very toned. He has abs. He's tan. He's got the perfect blonde swooshy hair. He's got the jawline. He's tall. He's like the epitome of a hot dude. And he's a complete asshole. Like, no joke. In the entire book, he is so mean to some of his brothers, and he is so mean to Jackie, and the way that he handles his anger is so unhealthy. Oh, he's also a man whore. He is the definition of I don't date type of dude. The person is Danny. He is Cole's fraternal twin. He's also 17. Duh, he's Cole's twin. He's the opposite of Cole. He's very quiet. He is a drama kid. He's very kept to himself. It takes a while for him to open up to people, but he is also just as hot as Cole, but more rugged. He's got like facial hair, and he has more of like a rugged vibe than Cole's perfect male physique. And then there's Isaac. Isaac is 16. Isaac is actually Catherine, the mom, is nephew. So she, it gets told really close to the end of the book when Isaac decides to stop being a dick to Jackie. I think it's his mom abandoned him and his brother, because it's him and his brother that live there. And then his dad is Jackie's husband's brother, so then his dad just kind of like ditches them because he's so sad about their mom ditching them, and then he goes overseas for war, I think, and then they only see him like once or twice a year, and that's it. So then they live with him. So Isaac he has dark hair instead of having the blonde hair like the rest of the Walter boys, because he's not Catherine's actual kid, he's her nephew. But he's just as hot as the rest of the boys. And he's also a complete asshole to Jackie at the beginning because he thinks that Jackie's trying to steal his family. And then he's also just super horny all the time. Like, he says some comments to Jackie that are probably borderline harassment. So that's a thing. Then there's Alex. He's 16. So he's the same age as Jackie. He's also super hot. This is going to be a trend. All the boys are super hot. He's a giant nerd. He's really into video games. He likes reading Lord of the Rings. He's not quite as like buff and stuff as Cole, but he's like a mini version, like look-wise, of Cole. So he lives in Cole's shadow a lot. There's also a point in the book where they talk about Alex's girlfriend, before Jackie came there, broke up with Alex, and then went out with Cole because she was convinced that she could change him. And then that didn't work out, clearly. But that's Alex. I would say out of everybody, I probably like Alex the best. He has some moments in the book where he's not the greatest person, but everybody kind of has moments where they're not the greatest people in this book. Then there's Nathan. He's 14, so he's a freshman. He's also super hot. Jackie describes it as by the time that he gets to be like Cole and Danny's age, he's going to be just as attractive as Cole and Danny. And he's a musician, so he's always playing on his guitar, he knows how to play guitar, he's always writing songs, he really likes music, he's that person. He's that dude. And then there's Jack and Jordan. No, not. There's Lee. He's 15, and he's the other nephew. He's a giant prankster. He's also kind of an asshole. All of the boys are kind of assholes. And then there's Jack and Jordan. They're 12, and they're also twins. They're convinced that they're going to be documentary makers, so they always film like everything, and they're constantly like editing things together. So when Jackie moves in with them, they decide that they're going to make a film about Jackie. Parker, she's the girl. She's 9. She's a giant tomboy. She doesn't have really any distinction to keep her away from the boys. Like, physically, she's described as having really short hair to the point where it matches all the boys' hair because they all have like really long blonde hair. She wears swimming trunks and a shirt when she gets in the pool and stuff. She likes being a tomboy because then when she tells Jackie she likes being a tomboy, because then when she goes to school, then she's different from everybody else because she has all brothers and she can play tackle football and knows how to wrestle. And then lastly, there's Zach and Benny, who are also twins, and they're 5. And they're not really in the book a lot. Neither is Parker. Kind of like as you get down the line of them being younger, they're not in the book as much. Zach and Benny are kind of like randomly there, more for like comedy relief. They just say really funny things. They swear a lot because they think it's funny because they're 5. But that's about it for them being in the books. So that is all of the characters besides some side characters. There's Jackie has some friends named, there's Riley and Kim, which she meets them in, she meets them in one of her classes, and then she kind of like makes friends and she's excited about it. So let's get into my biggest things about the books. So number 1 is Cole is super, I would say, manipulative. He gets mad at Jackie because okay, so there's a love triangle in the book. So there's Jackie, there's Cole, and there's Alex. So pretty much what happens is Jackie and Cole like each other, but then Jackie also likes Alex. Alex set out a mission to get Jackie to prove that he's better than Cole because Cole is the reason why Alex's ex-girlfriend broke up with him. So Jackie starts dating Alex in the book at one point, and so Cole he gets jealous because he likes Jackie, but instead of explaining his feelings or just ignoring it or trying to be happy for his brother, he just gets really angry at Jackie and like takes it out on her or takes it out on Alex. Alex rubs it in his face all the time. He's like, Jackie is my girlfriend all the time. And so then Cole's like, who are you trying to remind? Her? And then they get in fights like a lot. Like they get in fist fights about it. Alex will punch him in the face. Cole will say some snarky comment about how Jackie's going to leave Alex for him. And then Alex will tackle him in the living room. Like, it's a lot of fighting between the two over Jackie. But I don't really see what's so great about Jackie, to be completely honest. She's kind of dull to me. But so Cole is like, he's the epitome of I don't date type of dude, but falls in love with Jackie, and then that's why he wants to date. There's my cat. And so it's just like, there's so much where he gets mad at her, and then she's like, oh no, why is Cole mad at me? But he doesn't have any right to be mad at me because blah, 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 blah. And then he'll come and give like a really shitty apology, and then she'll just accept it. And then all will be well. He will use her to make Alex mad, and then Alex will get mad at her. Even it's pretty much like two brothers brawling with each other, and then just they're kind of like swinging Jackie around and using her as a pawn. So then she gets stuck in the middle of it, and they keep getting mad at her when she didn't have anything to do with it in the beginning. She just kind of got dragged into everything. So it's kind of annoying, the whole love triangle thing. I don't like Jackie and Cole together. I think Jackie would have been the best with Danny, because Danny's really into plays and stuff, and Jackie makes it very clear that she very much likes Romeo and Juliet, but I just think Jackie and Danny would have got along better, because Danny seems like he understands her and like some of her stuff more than what I think Alex and Cole do. Alex has like nothing in common with her. She likes to study and likes to make to-do lists. He doesn't give a shit about school. He likes video games. She didn't even know what Lord of the Rings was when he was reading one of the Lord of the Rings books, so I just think it was odd pairing, but I think it worked the best for how the characters were fleshed out. I don't know. Number 2, and the biggest thing in this whole book, is the boys totally sexually harass Jackie. There's a time where they get stuck in the rain and they're playing outside and having a mud fight and stuff, and Isaac points out that her nipples are hard through her shirt. But the biggest one is Jackie is in the shower, and they go into the bathroom. Isaac picks the lock to the bathroom while she's in the shower and takes her clothes and her towel, and then Cole bets him $5 that she won't streak through the halls to get to her room. So she rips down the shower curtain so she can get to her room, because they're like, we're going to leave without you to go to school unless you go get dressed, but we're not going to give you your towel and your clothes. And the freaking boys, what the fuck are their names? Jack and Jordan try to videotape it. And so then later that night, the mom's like, okay, someone please tell me who destroyed the shower curtain. And they're like, Jackie? And so Jackie has to tell them that her kids pretty much sexually harassed her. And then they all deny it. Nobody sticks up for her at all. And then the only way that it comes out as it's the truth is because the two boys had recorded it all, and they watched the video of like Isaac picking the lock and then taking her clothes. And there's so many comments where like she'll say something and then Isaac will say some comment about how he would sleep with her, how she's hot, or something about her nipples, or something about her breasts. And it's like, dude, like, I understand that like when you're described in the book, you're just this horny dude that likes girls, but for the love of God, just leave the girl alone. Like, she just moved in with you. You barely know her, and you're making comments about her and stealing her clothes while she's in the shower. Like, you don't even like this girl, and you're just torturing her when all she's trying to do is just be a person. She uprooted her entire life and came here, and her family died, and you're being an ass, and you should be the most sympathetic to her because your family ditched you, and that's why you're there. So, Isaac didn't make any sense to me. Like, he said some funny things, he had funny comments that he made and stuff, but he was just a complete ass in the entire book, along with Cole. And Lee. Being an ass is a trend, I guess. Okay. Number 3, my other thing that, it's not really a problem, it's more of, I don't know, if you're gonna make it, I feel like if you're gonna make it such a big deal that there's 12 of these Walter kids and everything, I would feel like it would be, you would try to show them all in the book more often. I would say Cole and Alex got the most screen time, the most page time, and then Danny and Isaac were probably the runners up. But other than that, the other ones, like, I would forget, like, about, like, Benny and Jack, the younger kids, or Parker. She wouldn't be in there for, like, 30 or 40 pages, and all of a sudden she's following Jackie around because Jackie's now Alex's girlfriend, and she wants to see Cole explode, and, like, stuff like that. But other than that, not all of the kids are super prevalent in the book, even though the book is kind of really revolves around the fact that there's 12 of them in the house. It's supposed to be a big deal. I don't know. Maybe that's more of a problem for me. Number 4, for things that kind of bugged me in the book and kind of made me not like the book as much, was I really could not relate with Jackie. Mainly just, she didn't really have anything relatable about her, and, like, I tried to feel bad about the fact that she lost her mom and her dad and her sister, like her entire family, in a car accident, and she had to uproot her life. But it was a lot of, like, melodrama, and it was just really dramatic with the way that she was trying. It seemed like the way that when the author was trying to get you to feel bad about Jackie and her losing her family and stuff, it was just oddly placed, and it was her main thing for trying to get you to feel bad for her was she felt like she couldn't be in love with Cole because then that meant that she was moving on from her family. Which, I don't know, I just didn't, it was so hard for me to relate with her and so hard for me to understand where she was coming from with any of her actions. She tried to, instead of, like, when she just started to develop as a character, it wasn't like she started to, like, take steps at school and join clubs and take steps to be more, try to get all the people to like her. She kind of tried at the beginning to get the people to like her, and then the moment that, like, Isaac was an asshole to her, she was like, whatever. But instead it was more, she skipped school and got drunk and then got grounded, and, like, I feel like that was supposed to be a stepping stone for her because she had never been grounded before. But you would think that if she was so grounded and being a good person and doing the right thing, that she wouldn't have gotten drunk. I don't know. The 5th thing that I didn't like was the Cole, Jackie, and Alex love triangle. I felt like the book would be better if it just wasn't in there, to be completely honest. If it was just her trying to navigate being in this family, I think it would have been a perfectly fine book. But since they tried to force this love triangle in there, I didn't enjoy it. And then the one thing out of this book that I would say I enjoy is the entire family dynamic. The author did such a good job of describing the chaos that there would be in a house with that many people. Like, she describes there's toys and board games and stuff stacked along the stairs. There's all of the kids are sharing rooms because there's so many freaking kids. The kitchen looks used. The table is huge so they can fit all the people. They eat spaghetti and sloppy joes and stuff that you can make in large batches that would be cheaper because you have so many people. And I just love that part because the kids would go outside and it wouldn't just be like the little kids playing and then the older kids just being like whatever. It would be all of the kids. All of the kids were outside playing in the rain. All of the kids were outside playing in the pool. Like, it was a true, like, family thing. The twins and Parker were playing cowboys and they got yelled at for riding the dog. So instead, Parker was riding on Isaac's back, and she was running around with a squirt gun, and they were shooting at each other, and they would throw water balloons at each other, and it's just all of the banter and everything. It was so nice to see such a well-connected family, because I feel like a lot of times in books, the mom's an asshole, or the dad's a drunk, or they don't like their sister because she's a bitch, or my brother doesn't talk to me because he thinks I'm a nerd. Like, it's like, I understand that there is a lot of families like that where the older siblings don't get along and the parents are terrible and there's no family dynamic, but the amount that is portrayed in books does not happen as much in real life. Refreshing to see such a, like, nice family where it wasn't the dad was getting drunk and hitting the kids and that was the conflict. It was like the kids were pranking each other, and so the mom was like, I'm gonna ground you if you don't stop throwing water balloons through the house windows, like stuff like that. Like, I don't know. I just liked that. That's pretty much the end of this. If I would give it a review, which I will on Goodreads, I'd probably give it a 2 out of 5 stars for the family dynamic. The extra star is for the family dynamic. But other than that, that is my review on My Life with the Walter Boys by Ali Novak. If you want to read the book, or if you do like this book, I have nothing against you. We can still be friends. I've just discovered that I don't really care for Ali Novak's writing. I also read her book. What is it? Let me get it off my shelf. Ooh. I also read this book by Ali Novak, The Heartbreakers, and I didn't like the main character in this either. She was the epitome of, I'm not like other girls girl, and I was that girl in middle school, and I was really fucking annoying, so there's that. So, if you're a fan of Ali Novak, good for you. That sounded really mean. I sincerely mean it. If you like this book, no gripes. If there's another book that you want me to review or you would like to hear my opinion on, please comment it down below. I think in the future I plan on doing a review on Eve the Awakening by Jenna Moreci. I read that book a while ago, but I think I have some notes on it from when I read it. I plan on buying the book. I'll probably buy the book and read it again, and then maybe get some more comprehensive notes that aren't just like my random piece together ones that I have, and then I'll probably be doing that. But yeah, thank you for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that bell button to get notified when I upload again. Thank you to everybody who has recently subscribed to my channel. It's greatly appreciated. I am so excited about everybody that is here, and hopefully we can collect more people to this channel in the future. So, bye.